Hey, what's up, you guys? Today we're gonna be working on the Trailblazer, and I know it's been a while, but we've been trying to get the Toyota up and running tip top, so we kind of left this aside. But the brakes are feeling a little spongy, so we know we have to replace the brake fluid. If I could show you guys, I don't know if it's gonna. Yeah, you can see it's really dark in there, so that has to come out, and we have to bleed the whole system. So it stops, but it takes a bit of pressure from the pedal to actually get it to lock up, and it shouldn't do that because we do have the 6-piston Stop Tech brake kit, so that should be enough to stop this big ass SUV. But I guess the brake fluid is really old, so we're gonna get that out, all the old brake fluid, and then we're gonna start bleeding it from the rear passenger side, then move over to the rear driver's side, then the front passenger, then the front driver's side. So let me go ahead and grab something to pull this brake fluid out, and then I'll put you guys back on. Okay, so we got the big bottle that we used to drain the Toyota pickup, and we're gonna start filling it up with this old brake fluid from the Trailblazer. So let me see if I could set it down. See if I can show you guys real quick. We're using this medicine thing. Just gonna pull some of the fluid out so you can see that it's dark. Let's see. So we're gonna get as much as we can with this. Then we're gonna start using this little pump that we got right here from Harbor Freight. Just that when we use that, we have to have like something to catch the brake fluid from getting on the car. So I think this is a little bit easier. You can see how dark this is. It's not as bad as the Toyota, but it is pretty dark, so it still needs to get flushed out. Now that we have most of the old brake fluid out, we're gonna top it off with some new brake fluid so we can start bleeding the calipers. We're gonna need some more. This wasn't full. This is what was left from the Toyota. So we're gonna use a new bottle and top it off. And also, this Trailblazer has an ABS pump, and that's located under the driver's seat on the chassis. So we've heard that you have to start bleeding from the caliper that's furthest away from the ABS pump, but we're just gonna do it old school style. So we're gonna start over there and then move forward. We don't know if we're doing it right or wrong, but at least we're getting the old brake fluid out. Okay, so we're here on the rear passenger side. We got this set up already. We got the 10mm on the nipple, and then this clear hose going into this little Gatorade bottle. We made a little hole on top. We got some old brake fluid in there just so that when we crack this open and we press on it, when you let go of the pedal, it'll try to suck some back up. So instead of sucking in air, it's gonna suck up some of the fluid, but it's not gonna go back into the caliper. And it never pulls it all the way up here unless you had a really short hose. I'll just pull it up to like right here, if anything, and then we'll press it again, and it'll start pumping out the old brake fluid. So we're gonna turn on the Trailblazer, and we're going to press on the pedal, and slowly, and then release it, and then do it over and over until we see clean brake fluid coming out of this hose. We'll do this side, and then we'll do the passenger side, then we'll move over to the front. All right, so now we're on the front passenger side. We hooked up the hose, and then we cracked that bleeder screw open. On these type of calipers, you start with the outer bleeder screw first, and then you move on to the one on the inside right here on top. So now we're gonna go ahead and turn on the truck and start pumping it. gonna be the same thing as the rear. Just keep pumping it until it's clear fluid. We still have to put all this back because we messed with it when we did the sound system, but you can see that the pedal is way stiffer than what it was. But we didn't show you guys, but it used to go way down here and now it's more firm. Since we're messing with the brakes right now, we're gonna adjust the parking brakes. I guess when they installed these rotors and stuff, they didn't adjust the parking brakes to where they should be. I don't know if you guys could tell, but oh well, it's pretty easy to move and it should have a slight drag. And if you pull the handbrake all the way up, it won't do anything. Like, it doesn't stop the truck. So we're gonna get to that right now. You have to remove these two 18mm bolts. We already broke them loose, and this whole bracket with the caliper comes off. So just make sure that both bolts are the same size, same length. If not, you have to remember which one goes where, but I think these should be the same. There's one. Remove this one and then we'll hang the caliper to the side. So with the caliper bracket and the caliper removed, you see how this has no drag. It should have a little bit of drag. Set that aside. So this is the adjustment and it's all the way in. And when we hit a bump, I think this is what we hear because it sounds like a little rattling noise. We're gonna go ahead and start rotating this. I believe we go down or up. Oh yeah, you go up, so it could open up. So this opens up and it opens up the caliper. So I'm gonna grab a screwdriver and I'm gonna rotate it more, and then I'll start showing you once we test fit it. We might as well just hammer this stud out as well. We're gonna have to replace this one. So we opened them up just a bit too much, so you can see it has a little too much drag on them. We're gonna rotate it back down. A couple of clicks and test them again. Yeah, this might be good. More. So we got the adjustment where we want it. It has a slight drag. It still comes off pretty easy. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna hammer this off. We got the little hammer right here. That's it. We're gonna go to AutoZone and get a new stud, and then we'll put it in here and hopefully be able to put it all the way through. We just got back from AutoZone and this is what we bought. Doorman, this is the part number. So we got two just in case, and they were like $3 each, and not that expensive. And you're able to slide it in through the back. Now we just have to find two big washers and use the lug nut to like use the impact to pull it in. Okay, so we already pulled the stud through the axle, and all we did was we used 3 washers and we put grease between every washer so it could spin freely. And then we use one of the lugs. It's recommended to use old lug or buy an extra lug just so you won't damage your lugs. But we just used what we had, so it went on there. and we use 3 of these. They don't have to be the exact same size, just as long as they go over the stud. Yeah, so I pulled it all the way in, and we use the impact, so it's a little bit easier like that. So now we could throw the rotor on and put the caliper bracket back on. We just finished the passenger side, so now we're gonna put the wheels back on. We're done with the brake flush, and so these wheels are 20s. I don't know the full specs, but they are made by True Forge. I know this company isn't around no more, and these are staggered, so I don't know exactly the setup on this, but I believe these are by 9s and the fronts are by 8s. 20 by 9, 20 by 8, something like that. We're gonna be missing one of these lugs for this wheel. I know we have it somewhere, I just don't remember where exactly we put it, but we'll leave it with that one, and then, you know, when we find it, we'll put it back on. So that's it for this video. Make sure to leave any questions down below or message us on Instagram at Yonke_OXC Films. I'll leave that in the description down below, and we'll catch you in the next one.